I was thinking about it as I was walking the track this week, the junior high. I see all the kids practicing. And one of the things that I don't see is the little kids practicing. I just don't see that, and I understand why. But the development of mercy in a life of a believer is often akin to sports. So you have three stages of sports that I would like to see, that I kind of would lump in. You have like the grade school toddler area. Let's use the word, let's like for football, let's just use football for example. When you're like, first grade, kindergarten, third grade, you're just teaching the basics. Like you're just teaching the absolute basics, right? You know what you're saying? Go that way. Like, and the team that all goes that way is usually going to win. Like normally what happens if you're one of my kids, it's like we say go that way, and then it's like going out every other which way, right? And that's always fun because you have kids going the wrong way and who knows what. But like when you're teaching little kids the game of football, you say go that way. They're going this way, you go that way. And the people that are gathered together most in a group, they usually are the ones who win, right? Because they've learned the basics. Stick together, go that way. Then you have what I would call high school and college. Now, high school and college, you're learning, you got the fundamentals, but you're learning a little bit more. You're learning just, a little bit more nuance. I was a defensive end, so you're learning more of that, some of these techniques, the swim, the over-under, you're learning blitzes. You're just kind of learning a little bit more of the basics and a little bit more nuanced. But then when you get to pro, you're learning something totally different. You're on another level. You're like learning the intricacies of the game. You're like, if I use this muscle here and I can push off a little bit more, then I'm going to have more leverage than the other person, right? You're on this whole, you're specialized. You've got the intricacies of it. And as that relates to the life of a believer in mercy, here's what I find. When we first start talking about mercy, the first stage is like, God, I need your mercy. I have slept around. I have cheated on my wife. I've cheated on my taxes. I'm cursing. I'm watching porn for 12 hours. Whatever the list is, I need your mercy. I have really messed up. You got the big rocks. And so you're like, God, I need your mercy. Then you move to the next stage and you realize, oh my goodness, God has been so merciful to me. I need to show mercy to other people. And so you start looking for opportunities to show mercy to other people. But here's what I've noticed in the life of a believer. Then you take one more step, and it's like you show it to yourself, then you learn you got to show it to others. But then you realize, oh my goodness, I really need to show it to myself because, I might not be doing some of these major sins in my life, but you know what? I'm telling a story. And I'm leaving out a little bit of the events and some of the details to make me look better. You know what I'm doing is I might not be doing some of these major sins, but when you start piercing in under my story and under my life, I start realizing how sin-ridden I am. And oh my goodness, God, I need your mercy. Yeah, the other people, I want to give them mercy because as I start peering down into the levels of my life, I realize I am just totally unworthy. And so I ask as we close, which stage of this are you on at mercy? This is an imperfect analogy, but which stage do you find yourself in mercy? And so I think the extent at which you realize the mercy that you have been given from God is the extent in which you will show the mercy towards other people.